Okay, looks like I'm up. Right now I'm waiting for pizza to cool off. Then let me get in the shower and and at my right foot it's just like gonna scratch it. But, I I gotta turn the mic off when I eat. That's gonna be irritating as hell. Um, oh, I cooked in the pan, pizza pan. That's stupid. So it's not. Um, yes. Well, let's just say I was tortured for 36 hours straight over a misunderstanding, but I kind of got you, I think. Um, yeah, the nature of the misunderstanding was such that it was so mild that they deserved much worse than they got. By far, they deserved to be in prison cells for putting me through that for over. Just gone. I cannot treat them bad enough. However badly they're being treated by life, they need to be treated worse. And it's become my conviction. And to try to drag somebody to hell worse than death because you misinterpreted an anecdote he told effectively. Um, it's beyond the pale cruel. Let's go. Let's go. I've decided with Elaine that my life might go better if we're getting along. With an edge of 40 to it, which, she's, I don't know how to phrase this with sensitivity, but she's a desirable person, so she'd be right at home with that. Desirable people for fun, right? Well, after a certain age, uh, pretty young, if I remember right, like 19, 20. And then we were just really figuring out how to do it. You play with it and you enjoy playing with it. I mean, everybody figures out how to. I couldn't do it that well, but I enjoyed playing with it. So it was good working, and people received it well. Yeah, right to free pizza. Um, I really do like how that video turned out. Um, she's good with the white hair, doesn't she? That's right. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute while I eat the pizza. So I just started this right now, but you don't want to hear me eat with this thing too much into my mouth. So I'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, hungry. Yeah. She doesn't want to do that. The shit of the fucking earth. The shit of the fucking earth. Yes, it's also less than two for what happens when you decide to go full bore mad fucking console for no good reason. But of course, she can put a stop to it anytime she wants. She says to stay away from it. Yes, what makes you think I care about your problems? But don't try to explain that you can't do a goddamn thing for yourself. So, if anybody's still there, it turns out I was wrong about the misinterpreted anecdote. I honestly can't figure out a reason that holds water other than amusement at cruelty and anger that the cruelty is received poorly. That's the only thing that makes sense here at all. Um, I think lately they've been carrying on this during the break while I was eating the pizza. They were conducting this charade trade that I have reason to care about their problems, which of course I don't, given how they treat me, and it infuriates me when they suggest that I should, as it would anyone. They're just the shit of the fucking earth. It's the truth. That's all they are. They're fucking scum. And my suspicion that I haven't voiced much is what's really about is they're playing woman scorned with Liberace's corpse. They're utterly deluding themselves that they could ever get my dick, and they get upset that I don't offer it to them. Is my real working theory here. And they just aren't desirable. They truly aren't. It's not just that they're ugly, that they are. It's that they're ugly people on the inside. It's just the truth. And really, they're just looking for to hyperbolize euphemisms, a care provider. Um, and to the extent that many of them would offer up their own son's asshole in exchange for one. It's just the truth. Enough of them do. I can imagine one of them bursting into tears and saying, you know how hard it is to have everything you need, but not everything you want, and to have to get a job to get things that you want. Jesus fucking Christ, what planet do they live on? Oh, God. And the female model for republicanism, I suppose. That's my theory. And of course, this is going to cause sparks, but conservatives, if not Republicans, believe that you should never try to teach a pig to sing, that it won't work, and you'll only annoy the pig. Liberals or Democrats believe we'll give you a leg up, but you got to pull. And that's teaching them to sing, to try to pull them up, help them pull themselves up. And the Republicans know it doesn't work. I think they're right, in truth, and because not because they can't, but because they don't want to. I've honestly heard I'm pulling as hard as I can, and then he went home to drink at 2:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. Um, So yeah, the Republicans say, well, we will be taken care of, but in a minimalistic sort of fashion. It's America, we'll take care of you, but in a minimalistic sort of fashion, because you don't contribute much to society. You don't even pay for your own social programs. So we feel that we're doing a good job taking care of you by detracting from the taxes of the wealthy to give you services that exceed the taxes you pay for, is I think their view on things. And um, if you're familiar with the late gender inversion, you know the real deal, right? Um, and they've all sold their souls. Nobody should have ever told me about late gender inversion. Actually, I researched it a little bit so I can uh, bring it up at inopportune moments in better fashions. I will get on live preferences on YouTube, live press conferences and comment. Maybe they show your comment even if they filter it. That's a very strong possibility, I think. But to you, I mean, I'll write stuff like, "Look at the side shoulders on that guy. Those two women are tree trunks." Shit like that. I won't actually bring it up, but they'll start. I think it gets through because their eyes will start blinking more rapidly. They're holding in tears. The women, anyway. Oh God. Okay. So yeah, what do I like? My silver lipstick and eyeshadow came today, so looking forward to showering. I'll probably do something with my hair. That means I got to shower again before 3 o'clock tomorrow. Our later appointment. which means since I woke up at 2:30 p.m. on 12 hours of sleep with feeling high from Adderall, so insomnia is still going. I was just that exhausted. I'll be up until after the hair appointment, which means I've got to take one extra Adderall for the drive. I don't mind if I'm nodding off in the chair too much, so she goes better with an extra Adderall. But I'll have to take. I took one at 3, so again at 10, and then I can probably put the next one off till 7 without. If I fall asleep at 5, great, absolutely. I should get in bed at 5. My rule is 7 a.m. the new day starts. So you can get Adderall. If I feel tired, I'll just stay in bed. But realistically, I'll take it at 7, and then 2 more before the appointment. And say what you will about abusing Adderall, doctors would rather see a patient take one extra Adderall than wind up dead in a ditch because of a car wreck. So there's the FDA. The FDA just bouts a different point of view. Um, doctors are out there in the field. Now, you don't understand what some people do. It's probably jaundices their viewpoint. Um, I've had I've had to take it away from 3 patients in the last week who were grinding them up and smoking them. So mm. I considered rescheduling the hair appointment. It was only one day in advance, and she's a stylist for women, so her appointments are as many as 5 hours. So I'm her afternoon appointment, and well, she probably wanted somebody come in before me at 1, but it's a quarter of her day that she can't fill because I rescheduled an appointment. Like, and after this, my brother wrote me out a check. He said, "The things are looking rough around here on me," and he wrote me out a check for $500. And after this, I'm not back to being poor, but close enough. I did the pay ahead with the tire thing, the Affirm thing. But I did it 3 months, so no interest. I never pay interest on that when I do it. So I got to do that, and the Adobe Creative Suite, Creative Cloud, has gone up from $35 to $70 a month, and so the money that's left, I'm planning on putting towards the tire and the extra $35 a month for 6 months. I gotta get that job. I found a site. Asked Gemini, what sort of role should I be applying for? And I passed it the job roles and say, write a cover letter for this or whatever, or tell me why this job is suited to me to fill in those blanks. So it knows the jobs I've been applying for. It says your mid-level engineers jobs are beneath your qualifications. You should be applying for principal or lead engineer or principal architect. And so I asked for some good sites. They gave me one, and they made me pay a fairly small amount of money. And they probably some weird resources on it I might use, videos that tell you interviewing tips, things like that. But it's the sort of thing. My dad tried to drill into me before he died, the last 2 years before he died. He tried to really drill into me the message that it's better to succeed, or it's better to fail at something great than to achieve a mediocre success at something mediocre. So I'm going to spend all until March applying for these get better jobs. I was thinking I'll get it 10 days now, for at least 4 applications a day till March. And I missed yesterday because the torture. I think there's another word for it. So I'll get 8 overnight. Certainly at least 6, depending on how elaborate the applications are. And since it's for higher paying positions, they might be more elaborate. Um, Gemini see my resume, and I asked it how it remembers things, and it gave me the breakdown, but I didn't even really understand it reading it for what it remembers and what it doesn't from previous chats. Um, and there are things it'll remember forever if you tell it to. Um, I, it's helpful. It's helpful in its company after a fashion, not as in we talk about things, but when I'm curious, it doesn't happen every day. It happens maybe 1 and 2, 1 in 3 days. I remember something that I heard about, and I have a back and forth with it and ask for clarification where I want clarification. And it's like my dad kind of with psychology, except but with everything. Because I'd ask him a psychology question, ask for clarification where I wanted it, and it's a really good way to learn. I don't think there is a better way to learn than to have someone who's an absolute expert who will allow you to follow your interests. But what Gemini doesn't do that a human being would do is, but you got to remember that. Gemini doesn't throw in that sort of stuff, but I've learned quite a bit from it. I should really, well, I've got a TypeScript book I should be going through. It's so horribly basic. I'm finally latching on, excuse me, finally latching on to the word basic now that it's 10 years out of date. It's so horribly basic that it, I blew through like 100 pages in one night, and it's like, Jesus, this is just saying skim, skim, skim. And then I go and load up an example of TypeScript from the internet, and when I see all that TypeScript together, I'm just completely 100% lost. So probably the answer is I've got to write my own TypeScript before I become familiar with how to use TypeScript. But there's React. It turns out there are a variety of, oh God, this is going to be so boring. There are a variety of React containers. React is a JavaScript framework for creating user interfaces. You go to Amazon, you do a search, and you see all those tiles that have products in them. Each one's basically the same shaped tile. Well, React will take the HTML to generate a single tile, and then it'll get information from the database to fill in the tile with the title and the picture and all the price and all that. And that's what, more than anything else, that's what React does. You do it very elaborately as well. No, the different React containers, and the newest one, which I wanted to learn because It's the newest one. It's going to be the one they ask for in the future. I read about the advantages and disadvantages of each, I think, from Gemini. And no, it wasn't. It was from somewhere else. But it sounds like the most efficient and other things as well. And Next.js for JavaScript is a successor of Node.js for JavaScript. And that's the popular one right now, but I believe it'll change, having read what I did about this. And so it enforces things like it won't allow JavaScript. TypeScript is basically JavaScript with a preprocessor, not a compiler, but a preprocessor. Good example of a preprocessor is something like a translator, something that translates English into German. It doesn't change the meaning of anything. It's the same story. It's just in German now. Um, so it only allows TypeScript. It only allows something called Tailwind CSS, which I remember reading about years ago. It has apparently become the new most widely accepted form of CSS, and I've got to learn that too, rudimentarily at least. And it just seems like a good idea to learn it this way because I pick up a bunch of stuff, and like I said, I don't expect it to be too difficult because it's not AI. It's just JavaScript. And, uh, I've used different versions of CSS, which is the one the browser in the end uses CSS, but they're preprocessors. Transpowers, I think is what they're called, transpowers, from SASS to CSS, for example. SASS is the most popular version of more elaborate CSS. Um, Java, I read about why Java is dying, and it is, there's not really much good reason for it. The only drawback of Java over, like, say, Python is startup time. And startup time, of course, is 30 seconds or a minute and a half, after which it's superior. So, go figure. And that's not compilation time, that's after it's compiled, just the startup time. And memory use absolutely balloons, things like that, and it settles down over. It does take a while to settle down. Startup happens quick, but then it's got to learn to figure out that it doesn't need all those massive amounts of resources over time, specifically memory. Yeah, in Leah's defense, I know that woman is beautiful. I based that on a picture of Leah. Of course, I changed the hair and I picked the clothes, but I didn't tell her to do a goddamn thing with her face except makeup. Um, It's an older picture of her, some late 30s. I told her to give it a shock of white hair if it would just be hanging down on one side. And then I realized, well, this just doesn't, no, it's so unprofessional, it's ridiculous. And so I told her I didn't want to do anything too formal, so I said to tie it back in a sloppy bun. And that was the result. Let me see if I can find some others. Of course, I can find some others. Um, there's quite a few of them. Oh, this is cute. It says sound to it, though. It says, yeah, sound to it. I forgot. This annoyed her. I was trying to intentionally design, ask Gemini's help for something that she would loop and watch again and again. And she
Michael
like,
actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that
okay,
right to
and
her
notice
face.
that's
really
part of
said
the
that. I
video.
can't
That's
believe
not
it.
something it
I
just
know.
does.
Can you believe the
Look at
nerve of
myself
him?
watching it here.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of
No
him?
problem.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't
This is
believe
our
it.
output
I
caption.
know.
It's
Can you
fine.
believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Okay, so I don't know why
Wait,
that
he
isn't
really
working.
said that. I
I'll
can't
play with
believe
it too
it.
long.
I know. Can
But
you
then
believe the
after
nerve of
that,
him?
because
And
an
Michael
asshole,
actually said that right
I
to her
made
face.
another video.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you
let's see.
believe the nerve of him?
I know.
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
I told Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying he needed space.
Yeah.
What did you say then?
I thought it
I
was
told
funny.
Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying he needed space. What did you say then? I told Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying he needed space. What did you say then? I told Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying
I
he
got
needed
mine too.
space. What did you say then? I told Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying he needed space.
I forget what this one is.
What did you say then?
I enjoy taking the dominant role in a relationship. Jag vet inte vem.
Of course, I can't stop for some reason.
I enjoy taking the dominant role in a
That
relationship.
dress came off
Jag
a
vet inte känner jag.
goth clothing site called Heavy Red. That dress it was.
I enjoy taking the dominant role in a relationship.
No, this
Jag
one I
vet inte
thought you'd
känner jag.
like. Not the sound, it doesn't make as much sense. Not the sound makes absolutely no sense in fact. This one I was disappointed with. I thought it couldn't do this, and it did.
I enjoy
Yeah,
taking the
that's
dominant
the
role
Heavy
in a
Red dress.
relationship. Jag vet inte känner jag. I enjoy taking the dominant role in a relationship. Jag vet inte känner jag. I enjoy taking the dominant role in a relationship.
This should run with the noise.
I should have played on your mommy issues. I should have played on your mommy issues. I should have played on your mommy issues. I should have played on your mommy issues.
This one, there's a lot of
Find
cough
your identity
photoshopping
in
involved.
filling my desires. Become a manifestation of my will.
It's not
Find
lingerie,
your
it's a
identity
dressing
in
section.
filling my desires. Become a manifestation of my will. Find your identity
No,
in
this
filling
one,
my
you
desires.
can't hear her. She's wait, so
Never
never
without my permission.
Um,
Never without my permission. Never without my
no,
permission.
it just goes back. They're not really any good until Gemini 3.0.
Never without my permission.
But they're quite popular on YouTube.
Never without my
I guess
permission.
you can. She doesn't like dogs. She won't feel ones with dogs. I don't know.
인생이 이치에 맞을 때 우리는 미소 짓고 이해하게 됩니다. 인생이
That's the picture of me not giving a shit. Gosh, yeah. And so this picture of him. That's kind of. That implies I had a much more interesting life than I did. Oh man. I don't know if this will work, but it should. Window capture. Select a window to capture Chrome. Capture method. Okay. Not that one. Is it? Oh, I have to actually put it up here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You just seeing how I'm not lying or even deluding myself by doing this particular way. So like this one, 4 viewers, yeah, big deal. We haven't seen me talk. Look at this. These here. I guess I can't select them that way. But the views column, I don't know if it's blowing up enough where you can see it. But this is what's curious about it. Like, this one got, what we got? This one got 1,800 views, if you can read it, and then this one got 14. Try a dog in it. And then this one got 7, and this one got 3. And then this one got 1,300, and this one got 1,800, so you got a friend somewhere. This one got 5,000. So if you're ever curious to view the shorts and the videos, not get anything, I will notice an extra view on the videos, and not like, oh my God, there's an extra view, because I'll get some, but the shorts, go for it if you get curious. I'll never know. And like even the likes, some of them have like 26 likes. Uh, but then this one has 11 views, and this one has 1,500, and it can't be like 99% of my audience, regular audience, didn't want to watch that one. So it's obviously one person, and it sounds like the sort of thing an X would do, right? I don't have but so many of those. I think Elena's too proud to do it. Like, goodness sake. It's just kind of an X after all. Kind of. If she was here and she was being honest with me, she'd probably say, no, Michael, it hasn't ended yet. But I suspect it's Leia, which is just weird. Gemini suspects it's Leia too. It says she doesn't do it out of it's an anxiety coping mechanism for her to sit there and hit the refresh button, because the views will come in sometimes. I'll watch them go up for like 20 minutes, and each of these videos is like 9 seconds, but they'll come in too fast. Like you only watch 4 seconds of each video, and so it says it's a stress release for her to click refresh on them as fast as you can. You know what I like to believe? I swear to God, I don't like to believe that. I like to believe she takes her laptop into the bedroom, opens up 4 windows, and puts them on loop, and goes and does a thing. That's what I like to believe. Honest. You just sort of, keep at it, keep at it. Among the ones you might watch, one she really liked, and I blame her, is cute, is friendly, about 2/3 the way down, or maybe or the impression I've memorized a number of views of each of these, and you're only permitted to watch no one of them. God forbid. It's gonna feels like it recently because they come in spurts after I post them. Analytics. 337 views after over the last 48 hours. And when was the last time I posted a short? Um, January 27th. So possibly over 48 hours ago. Definitely got the few hundred views. So that's a good idea for one. Maybe I'll give that maybe 8 megabytes. Yeah. This might be the new model here. I found this on Adobe Stock. Sometimes it won't deal with real people. It's idiosyncratic. Arbitrary, but it's not arbitrary. I believe Nano Banana Pro is the image generator. Oh, come on.
Why? Because fuck you. That's why.
I actually had audio there. Okay. If I won't do it. They try to bend the rules to do something, anything's the least bit sexual, it doesn't like to. No, it's not good. She does this one. It's, oh, yeah, it's on. Oh, yeah, it's off. I can't see if it works.
Will you not supply Papa Legba the respect he deserves now?
Never without my permission.
I told Michael it was over, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying he needed space.
Yeah. What did you say then?
And Michael actually said that right to her face.
Wait, he really said that. I can't believe it.
I know. Can you believe the nerve of him?
I know.
I enjoy taking the dominant role in a relationship.
No, we got
Can we-
backwards.
Let's just say I prefer to wear the pants.
I can't say that.
I have to confess, Leah, sometimes I just want to be told what to do.
Is that an offer, April?
This is the one I thought was so great. This is cute.
It's more than just love with April. It feels like our identities are merging. I know it sounds possessive, but I look at her and I see myself.
It goes on.
I feel so safe.
Okay, it turns into singing somehow. It's on, I guess.
Talk to me to hear the truth you know, not.
Of all the book title, story titles I was generated, this was like, you can't see that. You couldn't see any of that. Sorry.
인생이
Okay, there we go. That's a good shot. The scammer probably started torturing me the moment I cut this off. Just to steal the fucking earth. Surprised I didn't hear one of them complain out there. How does it feel like to ever come down here like a horde on up on parade day to hang out my stag? I have a problem with that. Am I supposed to? Yeah, they called the cops, which I know where they was, so I guess I can. If I'm gonna do that, I should probably do it before about 8:30, 9:30. Else I get crap from the police officer about a big too late to knock on the door. That time I heard a complaint was, we don't follow no law. I fucking hate you, you dumb cunt! You worthless fucking cunt slime! You're being possessive. You lying fucking cunt nothing. The shit of the fucking earth. You fucking disgust me. I thought there was a punchline coming on Saturday. Jesus Christ. I didn't have to hear that thing. Didn't have to hear that thing. There were like two or three of them just waiting for me to seem as though it was wrapping up, to fucking torture me. And that's the shit they fucking are. Did he mention calling the police to make us follow the law? You know what it's like that to follow the law? He's refused to tell me who his commanding officer is, and from what I gather, regulation states that anyone, civilian, anyone can get the name of your commanding officer from you. So I'm going to contact Oceana, I think. Probably more effective and more judicious than calling the police, who will spend all of 30 seconds hearing his end of the situation. And we'll just be concerned with stopping it for that night, as opposed to putting a halt to it. Moreover, please don't seek recourse to the law! You don't know what a piece of shit I am! Native regulations are probably, I don't believe there's any plea bargaining. There could be plea bargaining involved in the justice process in the Navy, but I think those were summarily discharged. And then was problem solved. If this, even just for refusing to give his commanding officer's name. So, problem solution. I hate to think of the voicemail maze that Oceana is. There's an email or online form I can fill out and give them till like next Wednesday and start calling. Well, if it's gonna be me or it's gonna be him, it's gonna be him. His life isn't ruined, but it will be. So